Hey guys, it's Reggie Pegues, the Prospering Dad, and I wanted to jump on here and wish you a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. It's such a great day. I hope that you guys are having a tremendous day. So far your week has been absolutely amazing. The weather here in New York is fabulous. It's a beautiful 80-degree day. We finally broke through the chill. It's a gorgeous spring day. And I'm just so loving it. I'm just so full of energy today. And I hope that you are too. Guys, if you're following me on YouTube, we're now over here on Facebook Live. So just indulge me as people come on. I acknowledge them as they come on and say good morning to them in real time. As you come on, please let me know where you're viewing from. Type in the comments, let me know where you're viewing from. And also type in the comments if you're watching live or if you are watching the replay. Hit the notification button, and most of all, share this, because someone is going to need this word today. So good morning, Dennis Pegues, good morning, Anna Maria Sanchez, good morning. Please type in the comments, guys, and let me know where you're viewing from. Today, since it's such a fabulous day today we're going to talk about 3 tips to a happier you. 3 tips to a happier you. Now, we all want to be happy, but we have to understand that happiness is a choice. Good morning, Dorval. How are you doing? Good to see you. Happiness is a choice. So, the question I have for you today is this. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to do for it? Are you willing to take responsibility for your happiness? Good morning, Deborah. Good morning. Are you willing to take responsibility for your happiness? Are you willing to say, hey, you know what? I'm responsible for my happiness. Yes, other people can embellish your happiness. Other people can add to your happiness. And if you allow it, they can take away from your happiness. But when that occurs, when you allow someone to rob you of your joy, I want you to understand that you're giving away your power. You're giving away your ability to control your circumstance. You're giving away the ability to write your own narrative. Yes, it's important for us to be in relationship. It's important that, we connect with other people. But, and I can speak from experience, when you are in a toxic relationship, meaning that when you're with that person, it's draining, it takes away and zaps your strength, and you're just not who you are. You're not at your very best. Then you're giving away your power. Good morning, Kimberly Carr. Good morning. So today we're going to talk about 3 tips. 3 tips to a happier you. And the question is, what are you willing to do for it? First, let's understand that happiness is a choice. It's a choice that you have to make each and every day. When you wake up, it's a conscious choice. Many of us believe that it's a feeling. The feeling of happiness is a derivative of the choice that we make. You have to decide each and every day that you're going to be happy. And I understand, because there's so many different things that are around us that want to rob us of our joy. But what leads into that is our mindset. How do we see ourselves? What is our self-image? Are we happy with who we are? Are we happy with our appearance? Are we happy with our surroundings? Are we happy with the people who are around us? Because we are a product of environment. But here's the thing. When we take 100% responsibility for self, we have to take responsibility for our environment. Okay? If that makes sense to you, let me get some likes right here. Let me hit the like button. Let me see if it's making sense to you, right? So every day we got to wake up with a spirit of gratitude. Gratitude. And one of the things that people in general, why they find themselves in a rut, is because they don't wake up with gratitude. We take this thing called life for granted. We don't appreciate the fact that, yeah, we're still here. We don't appreciate that we still have a cognitive mind. We don't appreciate that we can move. We don't appreciate that, we had a roof over our head, or we had food to eat, or, we had amenities, hot water. There are things that we just literally take for granted each and every day. So you got to wake up with a spirit of gratitude, that you're thankful that you can move. That you're thankful that you had a place that you could take a key and put it in a door and you can call it your own dwelling. You got to be happy. You may not be driving the car that you want to drive, but you got one. Your kids may be driving you crazy, but you got kids. There are people out here that don't have children that would love to have children. You may not be working a job that you want to work, but you got one. And the great thing about us is that we have the ability to change. We could change our circumstances anytime we choose. So happiness is a choice. It's relative to your personal self-image. If you watch my video on Monday, and you can go on my wall and check out the replay, we talked about hypnotism. Now, you guys, I'm reading a tremendous book. I'm reading a tremendous book right now. And one of them is Psycho-Cybernetics. Guys, you can get this book. It's amazing. You can also download it. Okay, they got the audio book on YouTube. But guys, I want you to really check it out, because when you start realizing some certain things, like I talked about hypnotism. I asked a question on Monday, do you realize that you're hypnotized? Each and every one of us are hypnotized. We're hypnotized from the moment that we're born. We're hypnotized by various stimuluses, from TV, from our family, from our teachers, from people that we interact with, from our job. Now you might be saying, hypnotized, what do you mean? Well, here's the foundation to hypnotism. In order for an individual to be hypnotized, they have to accept what the hypnotist is saying as being true. Okay? You have to be able to accept something as being true. For example, you can accept, good morning, Caitlin. You can accept the premise that if someone has said something negative to you and you respond to it, good morning, Robin Puryear, long time no see, bro, first time viewer, thank you for joining. You can accept a premise, good morning, Caitlin. You can accept a premise, a negative premise. Let's say, for example, you were in school and you were struggling with, good morning, Rita. Oh my God, everybody's jumping on this morning. Good morning. So you accept a premise that a teacher said to you that you are not good in math. Okay? And they just said, well, just because you might have struggled with some tests or you might have had some difficulties, right? So you accept that premise as being true. You have just been hypnotized into believing that you don't have the ability to do well in math. Or consequently, you can hypnotize yourself in a positive way. Let's say that you want to shed a few pounds. You can hypnotize yourself into saying, hey, you know what? I'm going to lose 20 pounds. And as you repeat that and it becomes internal and you internalize it, you're hypnotizing yourself into believing the positive. So I want you guys to understand that it works both ways. But we are constantly being hypnotized because of the things that are introduced to us that we accept as true. Okay? So the next thing I want to share with you guys, now that we understand it, is one of the things that we do is that we deny ourselves. For some reason, somewhere along the line in this journey, we've allowed ourselves to believe that it is piety, meaning that it's a good thing for us to deny ourselves. Now, this is not in God's plan for us. If you really read the word, now for me, it's God. For you, it might be the universe. It might be whatever higher thing that you believe, existential thing that you believe that's beyond yourself. For me, it's God. So now the thing is this. We have been hypnotized into believing. Good morning, Maria. Good morning. Good to see you. We've been hypnotized into believing that suffering And poverty is piety, which is the furthest thing from the truth. We have been hypnotized into believing that wealth is bad, okay, and poverty is good, which is, again, the furthest thing from the truth. The word says that we are blessed to be a blessing, but how can you be a blessing if you're living in lack? How can you be a blessing if you're living paycheck to paycheck? How can you be a blessing if you're struggling? It is part of our DNA. It is part of who we are to have wealth. And I'm just not just talking about monetary. I'm talking about wealth in every area of our lives. Why? The reason why we are preordained and predestined to have wealth is because it gives us the ability to have more tools, have more access to more things, so we can learn more things, and we can share more things, and we can have more experiences. And the word says God delights in the pleasure of his people. He delights in the pleasure of his people. But we have been hypnotized into believing that wealth is bad. We've been hypnotized into believing and thinking that wealthy people all have to be crooks and they have to be... No. We come from wealth. We are descendant of Abraham. Abraham was wealthy. David was wealthy. Solomon was wealthy. Joseph went from poverty to being the second highest in the land. We come from a bloodline of wealth. And if you consider yourself connected to the Creator who creates all things, then by blood right, you're wealthy. So you got to stop saying no to yourself. No to yourself in a way of thinking that it's honorable to deny yourself happiness. If this is making sense, type sense in the comments for me. Type sense in the comments. So we got to stop doing that. We got to stop holding ourselves back. We got to stop allowing other people to write our narrative. We got to stop allowing people to dictate to us. You know, because again, I use this analogy all the time. If you've ever flown on a plane, why is it when they do the flight instructions and they talk about the oxygen mask, they talk about the oxygen mask. They said if the oxygen mask deploys, the first thing that you need to do is put the oxygen mask on yourself. The reason for that is this: because if you're not healthy, if you're not functioning, you can't help anybody else. So we've been hypnotized into believing we're supposed to serve everybody else and then we're supposed to live off the rest, when in actuality the word teaches us that we are to take care of ourselves first, so we're strong mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and then we can be the abundant life force to everyone else that we're connected to. Okay, I hope you guys are getting value. If you're getting value, type value in the comments. And the last thing I want you to understand is this: we're made of abundance. We're made of abundance. Abundance is all around us, guys. But we've been hypnotized to believing lack. Now, I shared this on Monday. I'm gonna share it again. If you know the story of Adam and Eve, right? They were in the Garden Eden. God created everything. He told them they had everything that they needed. He told them, hey, look, you know, you can eat from any tree that you want, but just don't eat from the tree of knowledge, right? Now, here's something, a perception that a lot of people don't get, a perspective that a lot of people don't get about that story. I want you to understand something. They were in the garden. Everything that they needed was right there. They didn't have to go anywhere for it. Good morning, Navar. Thank you for joining. They did not have to go anywhere to go get it, right? But they decided, they made a choice and decided to walk out of prosperity, walk out of abundance into lack, and partake in the tree of knowledge and eat the apple, and got cast out of paradise. How many of you that are watching now, and again, guys, please type in the comments to let me know where you're viewing from. Also type if you're watching live or watching the replay. How many of us have walked out of abundance into lack and poverty? Abundance is all around us. Yes, Marie, it's a poverty mindset. Abundance is all around us. It's available to each and every one of us. Good morning, Laura. Good morning. I think you're a first-time viewer, and you're going to have to catch the replay, darling. Abundance is all around us. Opportunity is all around us. But you've been hypnotized to not see it. You've been hypnotized to not want it. You've been hypnotized to live less than what God has created you to be. I want you today to realize you are worthy. You're worthy of the life that you desire. You're worthy of the outcomes that you want. You're worthy to craft the life and create the life that you want. But you have to take 100% responsibility for self. You got to be willing to roll up your sleeves and do the work. And you have to be willing to move and see yourself the way the Creator sees you. Guys, on that note, hey, if you enjoyed today's video, go over to my YouTube channel, Hollis, Hollis 205 on YouTube, and like this video today. Like any video that you see there. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button for me, so when I upload new content, you guys will be the first to know. Hit the notification button here so you know when I come on every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern with our You Are Worthy broadcast. Most importantly, like and share this video. Someone that you know needs this word today. As always, guys, you are worthy. And it's an honor and a pleasure to come before you each and every day with a new message. I hope that you got some value today. Enjoy today. It is a beautiful day here in New York. Hope it's great where you are. And I will talk to you again Friday morning, 10 a.m.